Zettler makes a good hit behind the San Jose net, but the puck comes out front, and there's a lack of coverage. Drake's coming. Zettler makes a good play one-on-one. Drake takes a hit, makes a good pass before going behind the net. And where are the San Jose Shark defenders? Shepard is standing there completely unmolested all by himself. He has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants with this puck and with goaltender Hackett, and he gives the Wings the first goal of the hockey game.
17th goal of the season for
Toulouse. Situation there of being in the right place, Gary, at the wrong time.
Fedorov will get credit for his 21st. George Kingston's going to be saying, what are we going to do? 2-0 Detroit.
Here's Fedorov on Smolik. Smolik has good positioning here. Fedorov has to go wide. He does a good job. He loses the puck. He's going to try to throw it out front. Smolik is coming back to check him, and it goes in, I believe, off his skate and right off of Hackett's pad into the net. A tough break for the San Jose Sharks.
Skate, stick, post, and in, and never touch the opponent through all of that. It is a power play goal. 21 overall for Fedorov in his 10th power play goal. And it is a 2-0 lead for the Detroit Red Wings, and that's really a back-breaking goal. Kissio drops it off to Garpenlov. Garpenlov moving in. Garpenlov fakes it, shot, score! Great setup by Garpenlov, and Bob Goodrow, the rookie, has picked up another goal, and that puts the Sharks back in the game. They needed that and got it.
What a heads-up play by Garpenlov. He's going to take a shot here. The Red Wings go down. Out of the corner of his eye, he sees Goodrow going. That was Chason going down. Shovelday came way out. What a good fake in the shot. He pulled all the Red Wings out of position with this one. Shovelday's out. Down goes Chason. And an empty netter for Goodrow. Kissio started the play, bringing it over the line. That is the Sharks' big line. If they're going to win this game or even be competitive, that line has to score and score often for them.
And what have the Sharks found here in this 22-year-old out of Providence College? Because for Goodrow, that's 15 goals in 21 games and 21 points. And it is a 2-1 game. Could have been an icing call and will be. Nice play. Good thinking that time by Jeff Hackett. He was tempted to touch that puck, and that would have waved off the icing. Now the face-off comes the other way.
Well, there's the difference. When you had Drake coming in, Hackett gave him a little elbow. It was Probert. He just thought I might stand in your way gently and hope that you won't run me over. But it was a heads-up play by Hackett, and another offensive zone face-off for the Sharks. Speaking of Goodrow, he won the Upper Deck NHL Player of the Month for the month of December, and here's that spectacular pass. What a heads-up play by Garpenlov to Goodrow, and that's
angled goal. Just turned around and shot at Uwe McDonough.
A bad giveaway by Detroit's Nicholas Lindstrom, and a great read by Peterson at the point. Here's a cross-ice attempt here. There's Peterson trying to come up the middle. Peterson, a great read. That has to be a 100% sure pass. And there's the puck off the boards. A bad angle goal against Chason. He wasn't expecting the shot. And the Sharks have taken the lead. There are a few things that will really pump a team up. One is scoring in the last minute of a period. Another is killing a 5-off-3. The Sharks scored the last minute of that first period, and they've really come out in the second period and inspired Hockey Club.
They really have, and now the Red Wings are going to try and get this momentum back. That's the first goal of the season for Uwe McDonough, who hasn't played a lot this season. It's only his 4th game. This is good ball. Garpenlov will play it. In behind the net, they're looking to set up in front. Detroit backing off, giving the points the shot. Save made by Shovelday. Puck bouncing. Rebound deflected off the defenseman. Detroit's got it and will bring it around the net. Not out. And a whistle and a penalty. A hooking call or holding on the Sharks. They're going to lose. A minute 22 left on their power play.
Talking of Kelly, going to come up with a lot of rebound chances unless he puts it in the net first. Splits the defense. He goes in. He was just off balance, so he would have got the shot away himself. Drake got a quick snapshot away, and Hackett stood his ground. He didn't panic. He didn't drop. He just stood his ground, made a good save to keep the Sharks ahead.
Hackett's played a strong game here as the shots now almost even, 15-14 in favor of Detroit. Chason goes for hooking at 7:18. And will skate now with a 4-on-3 power play for the San Jose Sharks for 14 seconds with the clock running on it. left for Wilson. 4 seconds left on the Sharks' advantage. Red Wilson drops it off. Obviously, that foot not bothering him enough so that he could stay off the play. Now we're back to 4-on-4. Kelly Kissio. Sean Burr is back out on the ice for the Red Wings. The next penalty to end will be San Jose's in 27 seconds, and they'll go back on yet another power play. Brought up by Wilson. Wilson dropped it off to Kissio. Sharks trying to go to the point, but Steve Yzerman was there. Short-handed the other way. And Detroit decides not to chance it. They would dump it into the corner. Still 22 seconds remaining on this power play chance for the Sharks. It was tipped up ice by Whitney.
Get the puck to the net and good things can happen. Good passing by the Red Wings. Fedorov sees Racine. This is not a hard shot. Wilson is fighting Cicerelli for body position, and I'm not sure if it goes off of Wilson or Cicerelli. We'll wait for the call on that. But that's a good positioning for Dino Cicerelli. You couldn't see, but Yzerman was also
Lined up. Lidstrom shot wide. Rebound. Carson. Score! Tipped in. And a 2-goal lead for the Red Wings.
Take a breather, Jeff. You've earned it. It isn't just 35 Detroit shots. There have been spectacular point-blank scoring opportunities, one after another, shooting at will. This is wide, but the boards are lively, comes right out. Carson makes no mistake into the long side of the net. Hackett just doesn't have time to react to this rebound off the boards, and it's tucked in right inside the post. They should call a timeout, Gary, just to give him a breather. The Sharks have had... Just one more for the highlight reel. What a sensational pass by Dino Cicerelli to spring Yzerman loose. He makes absolutely no mistake. Being pursued by a Shark defender, he freezes Hackett. You'll see here a little fake. He'll get his head up, look here, he'll freeze him right, boom, and then he moves. Hackett just can't spread out far enough. Sensational goal by Yzerman, but what a tremendous pass by Dino Cicerelli to set him free.
He certainly makes a difference, and the numbers show it, and so does his play on the ice. Steve.
Caught in its early stages. Fortunately, that is the case for Mario.
You know, I faced a lot of battles in my life since I was real young, and always came out on top, and I certainly intend to do the same with this disease.
Dealing with the issues of his hockey career and his return to play, we feel once treatment is completed, he should be able to resume his career without ill effects or interruption. It has been recommended that he does not play during his radiation treatment. From a personal standpoint, Mario feels well. He's not had any other symptoms from his Hodgkin's disease. During the last few days, he's shown tremendous courage and fortitude. He has been through a great many ordeals in his career, and he's handled them with strength and character that should serve as a source of inspiration for all.
My health is certainly more important than playing hockey, but like you guys all know, as soon as I'm 100%, I'll be back, and hopefully I'll be back for the playoffs and win another Stanley Cup.
All across the NHL, from teammates and opponents alike, sympathy and support for Mario in reaction to the shocking news.
Well, personally, I was devastated. I heard about it in between periods of the Ottawa game the other night. Wayne come over to me and told me, and first reaction was, it can't be true. It's just, it's a bad report or something like that. Something's getting blown out of proportion. But after the game, felt out more about it. It's just, it's a huge tragedy. Talked to some people very close to Mario in Pittsburgh about it who had spoken to Mario, and as always, he handles things the right way. He's positive. He knows he can beat this thing. He's a very private person, keeps a lot inside, so he's not going to try not to affect the people around him. But he's handling it like a real trooper. And I know myself, and especially our teammates, we're all pulling for him, and hopefully everything will work out well. First things first, let's get a speedy recovery and let him live a healthy life. And then if the hockey comes, then well be it.
Hearing it last night was a shock, and wasn't really good news. But talking to him today and talking to the doctors, it's pretty positive right now, and everybody feels that he's going to be fine. It's just a matter of time going through radiation, and it's a tough situation. No one wants to see that happen to anybody, but he said for us to stay positive, so we're gonna. You just gotta believe what you hear, and the doctors say everything's gonna be fine.
Well, I mean, it was, when he came in there, everybody was it was quiet. I mean, everybody didn't know what to say, but, he was normal as anything. He just said, hey, he feels fine. He's normal. It's basically taking the node out of his neck and, some radiation, and, it's 99% curable or whatever, and we just talked to Chip Burke, and, so, everybody's really positive, optimistic about it.
I'm sure that it's a scary situation it is now, that he's going to be pretty positive through the whole thing. And in order to be 100% successful, he has to be positive. So we wish him all the best, and the most important thing for him is just getting his health back.
At this point, I'll be fine. No problem.
Speed, the Canucks seem to have the right mix and the right stuff to hold it together.
We have a team that cares for each other. I think we have good glue on this team. You have some talented teams around the league that struggle at times because there's not the right chemistry, they call it. I call it glue. And we have good glue on this team.
The man who stirs the glue pot is the Canucks coach, general manager, and president, Pat Quinn. That's a lot of authority, but Quinn makes it work.
I think it's, as a coach, he gets touch extra respect that maybe only the president, GM, and coach would get. But Pat earns his respect in the way he treats people. There's been, through every season, there's tough times. And he just does a real heart for people. I mean, he might have to make tough decisions, and you might not play every night. But the next morning, if you meet in the hallway, he's going to say good morning, and he genuinely cares for you.
And you can bet he cares plenty about his emerging superstar, Pavel Bure. The 21-year-old Russian has impressed everybody on and off the ice.
He's in great physical shape, very strong. Benched 220 pounds 18 times for a guy who only weighs 185 pounds or so. So he's exceptionally strong and has a will to win. And what's nice about him is that he doesn't play for himself, he plays for the team. And a lot of times you get players that are that exceptional that they just think of themselves, but he's a good team player.
Peter Nedved is in his third season, and with 20-plus goals, is just now fulfilling the promise of a first-round draft pick.
Everybody in Vancouver, they expected him to step in and be Gretzky the first year, and I think, I don't know if he'll ever be Gretzky, nobody will, but he started to really show a lot of his talent and determination.
And with the best home record in hockey, the Canucks set out on an eastern swing, looking to prove to themselves that they could get it done on the road.
Just the challenge and the test for a hockey club. We played a lot of home games this year, and of course we played well at home, but that's pretty easy to win home games. I mean, you're expected to win home games. At the start of the trip, the Canucks won in Toronto, lost in Detroit, and then headed into the New York area to face the Islanders. Page 3 of the test didn't begin all that well as the Islanders jumped out to a 3-0 first-period lead. But the Canucks came back.
Pavel Bure over on right wing. Quick shot, he scores!
Goal number 36 for Bure as Vancouver led 4-3 at the end of the second period. But the Islanders tied it up thanks to Derek King early in the third. Nevertheless, late in the game, the Canucks found a way.
Messo to Linden. Can't play it through traffic. David Bollick gave it back to Linden. Pulls the trigger, then scores!
Trevor Linden's 15th goal was the game winner. The Canucks were now first in the Smythe division and second overall in the league. And for the first time since the beginning of the year, they were .500 on the road. 2 nights later, the Canucks made themselves at home in the Big Apple. The New York Rangers in a sold-out Madison Square Garden got to see what Pavelmania was all about. Bure was on target in the second period. His 37th goal gave Vancouver a 2-1 lead. Later in the third, the Russian Rocket struck again, reloading on a fan slap shot to restore a 1-goal lead.
Oh, man, Bure!
But in the final seconds of regulation, a great keep-in by Adam Graves led to this Mike Gartner game-tying goal. The stage was now set for a thrilling overtime, one in which John Van Beesbroek would face the ultimate test.
Canucks try to break down. Here comes Pavel Bure! Bure to the net! Save Van Beesbroek!
Bure was beaten this time, and the Canucks had to settle for a 3-3 tie in a game they might have won. The very next night, the test concluded with the Devils, Vancouver's 5th game in a week. The Canucks faded a bit at the end.
Guerin cutting, Guerin tip, score! Billy Guerin! Devils lead 3-2!
A loss with 2.5 minutes left. Vancouver finished the road trip at 2-2-1. Fence sitting perhaps, but the Canucks still aim high.
We had a great learning year last year as far as learning how to win, and you know, we obviously didn't do as well as we wanted to in the first round, but you know, this year we've got a little bit more experience at that, and you know, hopefully we are over that hump, and we're excited. You know, we feel we have a Stanley Cup contender here, and you know, we want to get there.
Time now for the power stick power play. The Caps get caught on a hold, and the Rangers take aim and unload. Stay tuned.
Stop, rebound, score! Mike Gartner!
Launching a comeback that eventually won the game, Mike Gartner found the power. Story is remarkable. Last October, Soderstrom was diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat, but the ordeal that followed couldn't stop him.
He's had 2 heart operations this fall already, and you know, but it's our doctors assure us it's not a problem, and it certainly doesn't bother him. He's played exceptional for us here, and we've only lost one of our last 6 games with him in there.
That run included a 31-save performance in a victory over the divisional rivals from Washington.
He steps in across the line to feed to Pavanka. Pavanka to Bondra, and again Soderstrom out to make the save. Kristen Hatcher lets it go in the give and go. Soderstrom the save. Pavanka tries to bury the rebound, but holding on is Soderstrom, and the Washington Capitals denied by the young Swedish goaltender.
The Flyers, eager to make a move out of last place and into playoff contention, badly needed that one. Just as they badly needed 2 points the next time out against the Rangers. Tommy was there.
Messier to Patrick, down low, Amonte, save, rebound, save, Soderstrom! Brilliant save!
Soderstrom held the line on a 4-3 win. Later, he deflected praise as easily as slap shots.
It's not me who play good, it's the whole team. They play great in front of me, and they let the players shoot from distance, and if I take the shot, they take the rebound, so that's good.
Good and getting better. The next night, Soderstrom zoomed in on something special since his NHL debut in December. Here against the Edmonton Oilers, 29 saves on 29 shots.
Lining up for the face-off for Edmonton against Brandon Moore. Gilchrist in front, stopped by Soderstrom. Another shot is stopped, and he holds on. That's hockey.
And that's the first shutout of Tommy Soderstrom's career. Playing with plenty of heart, this 23-year-old has found a home to stay in Philadelphia. Now on to the Norris division. Hockey's most celebrated rivalry, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. Maybe it's not what it used to be now that the two teams only face each other twice during the regular season. But since the former coach of the Montreal Canadiens, Pat Burns, became the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs during the offseason, this ancient rivalry took on fresh meaning. When the two teams met for the first time this year at the Forum, Burns didn't hide the significance of his return to Montreal. The Leafs were 4-1-2 in their last 7, and they came out firing in this one.
Flipped over the line by Cullen. Clark. He shot. Scores! Wendell Clark took the shot. Waugh got a piece of it. But obviously not enough of it. And the Leafs lead 1-0.
Pat Burns knew he would need more this night in his old building, and he got it as the Leafs piled on the goal.
Shot. Scores! And it's 4-0 for these Maple Leafs. What a night for Toronto.
But even that 4-goal advantage wasn't safe. Playing with emotion of their own, late in the second period and on into the third, the Habs came storming back. The ancient rivalry was very much alive.
The Canadiens have just scored to make it 4-3, right off the draw. And don't go away now, folks. The Habs have made it 4-3.
Montreal coach Jacques Demers knows plenty about homecomings and emotion, and his heart had to sink a bit when the Leafs extended their lead with less than 3 minutes left.
Passed in front, and Osborne scores! Osborne gets the goal for the Maple Leafs to make it 5-3. And that should calm him a bit on the Leaf bench. A very big goal it is for Osborne and the Maple Leafs. 2 minutes left of the third period now. It is 5-3 Toronto. Canadiens, Muller and Bellows go in there. It is centered. Score! Tom Foose has the Canadiens back in it. What a hockey game we've got today at the Forum in Montreal. And they're up and they're dancing.
The Canadiens danced their hearts out, taking the game down to the wire. But this night belonged to their former coach. Pat Burns has his team on a roll, and his presence alone should keep that Montreal-Toronto kettle boiling for years to come.
Feeling for Rick Bowness right now, because the team let him down tonight. They let themselves down, they also let him down. He's been with them all year. He expected a good effort this building, he just didn't get it.
When your team wins only 3 games in half a season, it's hard to remain optimistic, but Rick Bowness has found a way.
The toughest challenge right now is keeping our mental approach positive and being enthusiastic and giving ourselves a chance to win the game. And the players have been very good. They've worked very hard. Their attitudes really have been good considering what we've gone through, and we're going into every game feeling that we can win.
Rick Bowness knows about adversity. Last year, he coached the Boston Bruins to second place in the division, beat Buffalo in the first round, swept Montreal in the next, and then got swept by the eventual champions from Pittsburgh. 2 weeks later, he was fired.
The Bruins made a decision that they wanted Brian Sutter to coach the hockey club, which is fine. They can live with that decision. They're very happy with that, and they offered me the job of the chief scout in the organization, and I didn't stay in the organization, offered me a new deal. Well, I made the decision that I didn't want to work for the Boston Bruins any longer, and I'm very happy with my decision. So both parties, it's worked out very well for both of us. I'm very happy in Ottawa. It's a tremendous organization, good management, good ownership, tremendous following, tremendous fans, very enthusiastic night in, night out, and my family is very, very happy in the Ottawa area. Good school system. The kids are established in their sports teams now, and so if they're happy, I'm very happy, and it's worked out very well for us, and I know the Bruins are happy too. So.
No one survives in the NHL without learning how to overcome disappointment and setbacks. Bowness is preaching that gospel.
For the most part, our players have played very hard. They've competed night in and night out, and we just don't have any rewards for the efforts. And that's where the frustration sets in, and that's when it becomes very difficult when you see your team working hard and playing very well and still losing night in and night out. That's when it gets very difficult. However, you got to come back the next day being upbeat, being positive, and ready to go back to work.
Adding to the frustrations has to be the unexpected success of the expansion club from Tampa Bay, which posted 20 points in the first 20 games this year and found themselves in first place in the Norris Division in the middle of November.
They took a different approach, and they went out and got more established National Hockey League players, and they had to win immediately down there to get that franchise off on the right foot, and they went out and they're spending more money, and they have a higher salary payroll than we have, and that's the approach they took, and it's working for them. Our approach was to get the more inexperienced minor league players and allow them the chance to prove themselves and get established in the league and build the nucleus from that.
Despite the adversity, Bowness and his club still have goals. However modest, it's important to maintain them.
We have our pride, and none of us want to be associated with the team that's going to finish, that possibly could be the worst team in the history of the league. And we all have a goal that we're going to break that Washington Capital record and get 22, 23 points, and hopefully more. And we're doing what we can to achieve that.
The Senators took a big step in that direction in a game against the San Jose Sharks. Winger Bob Kudelski, recently acquired by trade, made his presence felt with a natural hat trick in the first period. Kudelski's heroics propelled the Senators to a 3-2 victory, ending an 11-game losing streak. No doubt that spells capital improvement in Ottawa.
A crunching delivery.
Oh, what a hit on him. Oh, was he leveled? Brace yourself. It's time for our top 5 hits of the week.
Here's Scott Thornton, knocked off balance, keeps the puck, shoots it, deflects to the boards. Kelly Bookberger, bumped by Yuskevich, knocked down, and Yuskevich clears the puck. Boy, Yuskevich really hit Bookberger hard.
And he's a big man to knock down.
Fly. Potter trying to get it out of the way of Kyprios. And Schmeling gives it to Sweeney. Oh, big hit with Sweeney and Kyprios.
Kyprios thought he was going to catch Sweeney with his head down, but Sweeney saw him coming and knocked Kyprios flying.
Norton up to Travis Green. Oh, big pop by Presley. Oh, baby.
Oh, did he say hello to Travis Green? He knocked Green flying back inside the Islanders zone.
Side to Brian Mullen. His pass onto the stick of Steve Thomas. Back to Mullen, who has dumped it in, and it'll be cleared out by Dana Burson. But Linden had his hit down, and Kasparaitis striked him good.
I love it. This is what we got to have more of in the NHL. Open ice hitting, and Kasparaitis loves it. What it does is it sends a wake-up call to everybody in the building.
Coup de la jambière à la toute dernière seconde. Daigneault transporte le disque. Daigneault toujours, on est exactement à mi-chemin en troisième période. Daigneault est plaqué sévèrement par Rob Sutler derrière le filet. Aïe, 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 aïe.
I think that means ouch. Take a shot with us next time on Power Stick Hockey Week.